Uh, well, Miss Shields, it's been a while already. I've waited enough, and against my will also, because I've been wanting to fight for the longest. Yet, the only fight that I can think about is our fight. There's so much.
I mean, what is Claressa Shields fighting girls with under 10 fights? Hanna Gabriels says she should be rematching her.
Would she be Hanna Gabriels, right? And
Yes.
won in good fashion, right? I think that was a good fight because Hanna
No, it
Gabriels
was
can
a good.
fight.
Yeah, they were going back and forth. Hanna Gabriels the only person to drop her.
Yeah, yeah.
Kaye Scott had a brain injury in surgery 2 years ago. So it doesn't seem like, well, Kaye Scott wasn't really in danger because Claressa doesn't have the power to.
Did Claressa Shields make a historic statement by returning to middleweight? Or did her latest stoppage victory expose tactical weaknesses that could be exploited by the right opponent? With Shields continuing to dominate at the highest level, the bigger question is whether her recent performance proved that she remains virtually untouchable, or revealed openings that a fighter like Amanda Serrano could potentially take advantage of in a fantasy matchup.
About the narrative of me being a cheater, please, I beg you, give me the fight.
The combat sports world watched Claressa Shields capture the WBA and WBC middleweight titles with a sixth-round technical knockout over Australian veteran Kaye Scott in front of 16,000 fans at State Farm Arena in Atlanta. But before the celebrations could fully settle, former unified world champion Hanna Gabriels reignited the controversy surrounding Shields and her latest victory. Gabriels did more than question the stoppage. She launched a sharp critique of Shields' punching power, addressed the long-running tension between their respective camps, and issued a direct call for the rematch that boxing fans have been demanding for years. With their history already adding plenty of fuel to the rivalry, Gabriel's comments have once again put the spotlight on a potential second showdown with Shields.
Claressa don't want to see me in that ring, but that's okay.
Now that you mentioned that, I mean, what is your reaction to her stopping Kaye Scott in the sixth round?
I think it was expected. We all know that Kaye Scott had a brain injury in surgery 2 years ago. So it doesn't seem like, well, Kaye Scott wasn't really in danger because Claressa doesn't have the power to knock out anybody. Uh, and I think that Kaye Scott had a good fight plan. So, to put herself to do what she needed to do. But the outcome was expected. I don't think nobody thought that Kaye Scott will put or make Claressa will challenge her in any way.
The aftermath of the Kaye Scott fight sparked sharply divided reactions across the combat sports world. Mainstream outlets and promotional figures celebrated Claressa Shields' victory as a remarkable athletic achievement, with particular attention focused on her dramatic return to the 160-pound middleweight limit. The reported 38-pound drop from heavyweight to middleweight drew immediate comparisons to some of the most ambitious weight class moves in boxing history, including Roy Jones Jr.'s famous journey across multiple divisions. For Shields supporters, the drastic change in weight only added to the significance of her latest accomplishment.
Jr. a lot. It really does. Right? Roy Jones Jr. was the best fighter in the world. He was. And he just ran out of ops. I mean, really, he was just at the wrong weight class at that time. And it got to the point where he was just looking for ways to challenge himself. So he goes up to heavyweight and then he comes right back down. He tried to do something that has never been done ever, and he succeeded. No, middleweight hasn't gone up to heavyweight in 100 years, and then to come back down and regain the light heavyweight title, no one has ever done that. So Roy Jones Jr. was really trying to make history. He was just trying to find ways to challenge himself. And really, to me, that's Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields She done whooped everybody. She done cleared out everybody, and she's just in an era where in her division, there's really no one there to really contest her. So she has to find ways to challenge herself. That reminds me of Roy Jones Jr. a lot. Now, when it comes to Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, that's like the Floyd Mayweather thing. They're in the right division to have the ops to really do great shit. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano fighting each other. You get what I'm saying? Like Alicia Baumgardner is there. So they could actually put together a crazy historic resume, right? And have these ops that Claressa Shields just cannot find. Claressa's in a crazy spot because she's a big woman and she's a fantastic athlete with a lot of speed, a lot of experience, great skills, amateur background, and all those things. She just really has it all. But, her arms on D's.
Ringside spectators, including Floyd Mayweather and Terrence Crawford, watched as Claressa Shields delivered a dominant performance, breaking down her opponent with sharp, precise combinations. The sustained pressure eventually forced the corner to step in and stop the contest in the 6th round, adding another impressive finish to Shields' resume.
Greatest. It's no debate.
Yeah.
No debate.
Yeah, no debate. Greatest one of all time?
I mean, look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
different. So let them know. Let them know. Let them know.
Crazy. Electric.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be here.
Did you expect the stoppage?
Yeah, I called it.
You too?
I said first round though, but I don't know.
Yeah.
There's no other woman fighter that's doing numbers like her.
Yeah. Facts.
Hands down, she's the best.
Facts.
And with a no name.
Facts. Facts.
And with a no name. We don't really want to say it's a no name. He was a world champion.
True that. True that.
I'm saying, can the other girl do what she did just now? She the name.
An unfamiliar name.
Unfamiliar. But she the name. Can they do that? She the name. She the draw.
See the draw.
She the best.
You know what that's like.
During the post-fight press conference, Claressa Shields spoke openly about the demanding weight cut she endured ahead of the matchup. She explained that dropping from nearly 200 pounds required tremendous discipline and preparation, which influenced her cautious approach early against Kaye Scott's physical strength. As the fight progressed, Shields grew more comfortable and increased her output, eventually taking control and forcing a stoppage. Following the victory, Shields declared that she is performing at the peak of her career and confidently maintained that no active fighter can match her skills on equal terms.
Did you feel any negative reaction to coming down the weight to the weight cut?
No. Going down to 160, I knew that. I just wasn't comfortable with knowing that how strong I am at 175. I just know that me being I know that me being at 175 and how strong I was there, and then coming down to 160 after the 3 years, I was kind of like, dang, I felt strong, I just felt smaller. So it's like, it was just like, I felt like I was punching, but I wasn't punching with 175. I was punching with 160, which I think 160 was never the weight class for me, but I won the Olympics there, and I was naturally like that size, but naturally, even when I was 17, I was getting big as 180 pounds. So it's just like, with that, I feel like now, I felt strong still because I had a really clean diet, and I did strength conditioning 4 times a week, and I was running, and I was drinking a gallon of water every day, so I still felt my strength. I just felt like I was a smaller person, which I don't like being a smaller.
However, hardcore boxing analysts and ringside critics offered a much more skeptical assessment of the matchup. They pointed out that Kaye Scott entered the ring at 42 years old with only 7 previous professional bouts, raising questions about the level of opposition Shields faced. Critics also noted that Scott and Shields had previously shared experience as sparring partners and stablemates. Because of that history, some argued that the matchup was carefully selected as a favorable showcase for Shields, giving her an opportunity to secure a stoppage without facing significant stylistic danger.
So for me, it was a great performance by Claressa Shields, but you also have to factor in the opponent. You have to factor in the opponent. Kaye Scott, I told you she wouldn't be ready for that, right? I picked Claressa. She looked every bit of 42, had no defense, and then like literally was just accepting the punches with no head movement. Y'all, oh my gosh. People are saying it's rigged. What is rigged about it? It's not rigged. It just was a competition that we knew. Claressa, they said at the beginning, it was a 30-1 favorite. That's what a 30-1 favorite fight will look like. Like, okay, you put Floyd Mayweather in with somebody that work at Papa Murphy's, Papa John's, or Little Caesars, it's going to look like that too. So it's not taken away from Claressa. She's a great fighter and she's aggressive. Kaye Scott, I think Claressa's biggest battle was making the weight. But experience-wise, she way levels above her skill-wise and experience-wise.
For Hanna Gabriels, watching the bout from a distance only reinforced her existing opinion of the matchup. Gabriels argued that Kaye Scott lacked the kind of one-punch power needed to keep an elite champion under constant pressure, allowing Shields to dictate the pace and control the fight without facing sustained danger. In Gabriels' view, the lack of a serious knockout threat gave Shields too much freedom to execute her game plan, leaving questions about how she would perform against a more dangerous opponent capable of punishing every mistake.
Like, I noticed, like, watching your fight with her, it was a great fight. No respect for one another, right? But with this fight per se, did you see a difference? And then obviously the 6-7 fights that she has, is that not enough pro experience to fight somebody like a Claressa?
Who, Kaye Scott?
Yeah.
Really?
No, a question. It was a question.
I mean, she has an extensive amateur career, but she has no knockout power, and it's just, a comfortable fight, no danger in it. So, Claressa was able to manage her. She looked good because she was supposed to look good in that fight. And Kaye Scott just seemed to do her job. They're stablemates. So they have sparred before, they know each other. I'm thinking at least at this time, a little bit of Claressa's values are showing. She wasn't trying to, well, it seemed like she was trying to knock her out, but like I said, she did have some opportunities and she did not take them. So I believe it was the fight is faithful to the production that they were trying to make, which was a show.
To understand why Hanna Gabriels remains one of the most compelling threats to Claressa Shields' dominance, it is important to revisit their first major encounter in June 2018 at the Detroit Masonic Temple. The two met in a unified middleweight world championship clash, with boxing observers divided over the likely outcome. Many mainstream analysts heavily favored Shields, pointing to her Olympic pedigree, exceptional hand speed, and aggressive offensive style as key advantages that could overwhelm Gabriels. But the fight quickly defied those expectations. Within the opening minute, Gabriels turned the pre-fight narrative upside down and immediately showed that she was capable of giving Shields a far more difficult challenge than many had anticipated.
Don't know, but I wanted to play a clip of you and Claressa. And there's Hanna Gabriels. What was that, a uppercut hook?
That was an uppercut, yes. But the hook didn't catch her really because she was already fought.
After timing Shields as she moved into the pocket, Gabriels unleashed a powerful right uppercut followed by a glancing left hook. The combination sent Claressa Shields crashing to the canvas in the opening round, producing a stunning knockdown that immediately changed the complexion of the fight. The moment remains a defining chapter in their rivalry, with Gabriels having established herself as one of the few opponents capable of seriously disrupting Shields' rhythm and exposing her under pressure.
At the time, I did not know. I did not know that she did not have power. I thought that she was very strong or that she could have a lot of power. And because of her experience in the amateurs, I thought that I was going to lose miserably. But I knew that I was going to do my best, and quite frankly, I'm a very good learner, and I change. I am usually evolving faster than most because it just seems to that I'm able to put my mind in there. You know, like almost 10 years ago, I started working on my style because I got knocked out. I got knocked out in 2013 by a right hand by Oxandia Castillo. And that right hand landed because my amateur background wasn't enough for me to notice or to not do certain mistakes. So if you see that fight, you see me going to the side, but I did not make my step to get away from that person. And so when I turned, I not only changed the angle to be right for her to throw me that right hand, but I even got closer to her. So she catch me with that, and then the fight was over.
That opening round shattered much of the aura of invincibility surrounding Shields. Although Claressa displayed tremendous heart by beating the referee's count and battling back to secure a hard-fought unanimous decision, the fight revealed a potential blueprint for future opponents. Gabriels demonstrated that Shields could be vulnerable when stepping forward and leaving openings for powerful counters through the center of her guard. Despite ultimately losing the fight, Gabriels' early success showed that even an elite technician like Shields can be pressured and caught when an opponent times her attacks correctly.
Stoppage. You know, them decisions, they wasn't good enough. You know, at a certain point, you're going to need a knockout. People want to see knockouts. And so I thought that girl put up a good account. She tried. But, you know, I'm glad she needed the knockout. She needed the knockout. And that was good. And on my life, I swear, I know it's little old me. It's little old me. But people be listening. And I don't know if they took my advice, but I'm glad they did. I've been said that I got video of me talking way back when I think I got a show dedicated to her when she threw her own show. When she made her own, when she paid for everything or did whatever. But anyway, like I said, I'm glad that people turned up for her. It was Atlanta, so it made it a little easier. But I'm glad that people turned up for her. That's how it should be. When Claressa Shields fight, it's an event. It don't necessarily gotta matter who she fight now because she really don't got no real competition like that like a dance partner for real. She really don't got that. So that the public knows, unless it's like Baumgartner and she's too small. You know, so other than that, no, it's an event. So go out and show her the same everything. The same hip-hop people that come out for everybody else do come out for her. The same everything, do the same thing for her. Because when she come out, it's an event. She's special. You know, what she doing ain't easy. What she been doing ain't easy. And you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Why not support her? She the best.
With both fighters now at crucial stages of their careers, boxing analysts are closely examining how a potential rematch could unfold. Many experts believe the tactical battle could once again resemble their first encounter, with Gabriels' ability to create openings and land powerful counters potentially posing problems for Shields at the same time. Shields' experience, technical adjustments, and championship-level composure could make the second meeting a very different fight. The possibility of those contrasting styles has only increased interest in a potential rematch.
Like Hanna Gabriels that I was able to interview yesterday, that
Yeah, I
says
see.
that Kaye Scott had a brain surgery 2 years ago, and she doesn't even have 10 fights. I mean, the girl looked nervous coming into the fight right away. I mean, what is Claressa Shields fighting girls with under 10 fights? Hanna Gabriel says she should be rematching her.
Well, she beat Hanna Gabriels, right? And
Yes.
won in good fashion, right? I think that was a good fight because Hanna Gabriels could fight.
Yeah, they were going back and forth. Hanna Gabriel's the only person to drop her.
Yeah. But she came out. She came out on top. Was the Hanna Gabriels? Was she in all white? Did she have an all white on that night?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
But anyway, so she beat the girl. All right. Well, ain't nothing wrong with getting her a rematch. That sounds good. She still doing good. But I didn't see that girl feel nervous at all. I thought she was excited. And like she said, I'm not impressed by Claressa Shields. And I think she tried to prove that. So that's just a lot of hate. You know what I mean? Just hating. To me, that just sounds like hate. For real. Because that girl, you know, a lot of girls, they don't have a lot of fights when they, you know, it's some that do have a lot of fights. But, you know, girls is not that big. It's not that big.
First, the power differential could remain the ultimate equalizer. In their first meeting, Gabriels demonstrated that she possessed the kind of single-shot power capable of completely changing the course of a fight, and that dynamic could still be relevant in a potential rematch. While Shields has recorded 4 knockouts among her 19 professional victories, much of her offensive success comes from sustained combinations, accuracy, and volume rather than overwhelming one-punch power. If Gabriels can once again time Shields as she moves forward and land clean counter uppercuts, another dramatic knockdown could be a real possibility.
I have had the time to perfect my craft. When I first met her in a canvas, I thought that I was going to lose miserably because I only have one amateur fight. So if you compare to her amateur career,
Right.
you know, I was nowhere near. But then we fought, and I got to realize that I wasn't that far. She said I was too old, and that I was too slow, and that she was too strong, and all of those things that she said she couldn't back up. So after that fight, I have done my job, and I have been ready for years, and they know better. So I just wanted to come over here to let you know that all of that crap that she talks about me being a cheater, about me being too old, about all of these things, you just check all of the fights that she has been taking lately. None of them are more than 8 fights or 10 fights. I have 20 plus fights. And even though I haven't fought in 2 years, because I fought 2 years ago because I was offered to fight Franchon Cruz, and then they backed up.
Wow.
I've been ready, and I will be ready if they...
The stylistic volume battle could define the middle rounds. In their 2018 meeting, Shields responded to the early knockdown by increasing her inside work, using rapid combinations and relentless hand speed to outwork Gabriels over the remainder of the fight. That a potential rematch could follow a similar tactical blueprint. Shields would likely look to close the distance, crowd Gabriels' punching range, and use short hooks and combinations to prevent her from getting comfortable and setting her feet. However, a third and potentially decisive factor is technical evolution. Gabriels has previously emphasized that she had only spent around 8 months rebuilding her fundamentals after an earlier career setback when she first faced Shields. Since then, she has had years to develop her defensive footwork, lateral movement, and counterpunching timing that if Gabriels can avoid remaining stationary along the ropes and eliminate the mistakes that allowed Shields to rally in their first meeting, the rematch could present a very different tactical challenge. Her improvements could give her a better chance of maintaining distance, creating counter opportunities, and preventing Shields from building momentum.
Legacy, and this is about my daughter's future. And in the last 15 years, I have really tried to do my best. Even before I became a mom, and when I accepted Christ in my heart and I wanted to be different and better, I thought about it, and I thought about what I wanted to leave, the legacy that I wanted to leave to my loved ones. By that time, I didn't know I wanted to become a mom someday, but now that I am, and now after all that has happened, my main goal is to clean my name so that I can give this gift of legacy to my daughter intact.
Finally, the physical effects of extreme weight fluctuations cannot be overlooked. Shields reportedly endured a demanding camp to drop 38 pounds and return to the middleweight limit, raising questions about how the weight change could affect her performance. Analysts are now debating whether Shields' punch resistance at 160 pounds would hold up against a powerful opponent like Gabriels in the same way it did during their first meeting 8 years ago. If Gabriels can land clean, powerful shots, the impact of Shields' weight cut and physical condition could become a crucial factor in determining how a rematch unfolds.
I gotta watch who the other girl she beat, but Claressa Shields looked good in one of them fights. She looked real good in one of them fights. I can't remember what it was, but she looked okay. She looked all right. But no, as far as the you saying about old girl, you know, we'll step up then. Where's Hanna Gabriels at? What weight is she at right now?
Middleweight.
Oh, so okay. Do she got a couple championships?
Yes. She has about 3.
Oh, well then there they go for the undisputed then.
Yeah, she feels like that she should have fought her for undisputed. That she fought the wrong person for undisputed. Something in those.
But this girl, she just won 2 belts from this girl. That's it. And the other, and now she got the other ones, right? The girl we talking about, Gabriels.
Gabriels fought. She got titles in different divisions, from heavyweight to.
Yeah, but I'm saying where she at right now?
Oh, right now she's inactive. I mean, she got 2 KOs in a row, but she fought about 2 times in the last 4 years.
Oh. Well, girl, ain't nobody studying you. You ain't been fighting. Now you coming out the woodworks. See what I'm saying? See, now, okay.
And she also admitted that Claressa Shields sent her an offer at 2025 last year, and saying that she didn't take it because she wasn't a heavyweight anymore. The fight was at heavyweight, and it was only for $60K.
The bad blood between Shields and Gabriels intensified after promotional disputes in 2021, while a planned 2023 matchup ultimately fell apart, keeping the two rivals apart once again. Gabriels has continued to argue that contractual complications and what she considers misleading narratives were used to prevent her from getting back into the ring with Shields. Those unresolved issues have added another layer to an already heated rivalry and continue to fuel interest in a potential rematch.
Direct myself to her, I guess.
Right.
Well, Miss Shields, it's been a while already. I've waited enough. And against my will also, because I've been wanting to fight for the longest. Yet, the only fight that I can think about is our fight. There's so much in this. 2021 was one thing. 2023 and your team's dirty moves are another thing. But by you keep lying on me today. I've seen some of the interviews and I see you talking all this shit. And I know that you will not fight me. Because even though you say you like beef and you like this and you like that, when it comes to execute, you just run away. That's why you're running away from Remy. That's why you're running away from these other people. And don't come back and act like nothing is going on in your little bubble.
She said you're
If
running
you don't want to
away
shut
from
up,
Remy.
if you don't want to shut up about the narrative of me being a cheater, please, I beg you.